Welcome to our Buffy the Vampire Slayer chat, The Harvest, which was book 1. Did it have the number on this one? Oh yeah, number 1. Obviously after the movie tie-in as well. So, but I can't wait to chat about this. I had such fun revisiting it. I can't wait to talk more about it. I'm just going to add, I saw Amy's popped up, so I'll just add Amy in. Hi Sharon! Hi Sarah! Hey, hey! Hopefully Amy will be here if I've done it right. It's always a risk. Hiya!
Hello, how are you?
I'm alright, are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. I just realised Kev's put these little.
Oh,
Oh
yeah!
gosh, my camera's the opposite way, isn't it, from last year?
Oh, I love that. Oh,
Look,
it's
you
so
under the tree,
cute.
don't they? Oh,
Yeah,
we're
they
gonna
look
fall off
so
now.
cute. Oh, I'll just add Marisa in. Marisa there. Always forget who I've added as I'm going along. Hi, Karen. Hi. Oh, and Shelly's there as well. Just add Shelly. Hi,
Hello.
Marisa.
No, how is everyone?
Hello. I'm
I
good,
made
thank
it.
you.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm back in time. I'm very excited. Yes.
Oh, brilliant. I'll just add Shelly in and then hopefully I
Yay.
won't be a floating hedge then.
Yeah.
Woo. That's how
Amy,
I
I
feel
love
at the
your
moment.
tree. You've got
I
your tree up
know, it looks so
already.
I
good.
have. It's my
Oh,
birthday at the weekend, so I normally do it either just before or just after my
yeah.
birthday. And yeah, I went for before. I figured festive cheers, like much in
Yeah.
needed.
Oh.
Nice.
Hi,
Hi, Shelly.
Shelly, hello.
Hello.
We're all here.
Yeah.
Yay.
So exciting.
I know. I've been so excited all day. I ran really behind this week, so I literally only finished the book today as well. So yeah,
And
usual
it's such a
timing.
quick read. Look at that.
Yeah, I know. And I was like,
So
oh,
quick, so quick.
so good. And I was just like, oh, as soon as I finished it, I was like, I really cannot wait for tonight to
Yeah.
like chat to you guys
Yeah.
about it.
Well, and now I'm
Oh,
hooked again. Now I'm like, this is the first one. Now I need them all. And then I need to go
yes.
and watch it all again. And
Yeah,
yeah, suckers
I
you right
feel the
back.
same. It's just suckered
Yeah.
me right back in now, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, so hi everyone, and welcome to our Buffy chat. So I have 3 amazing authors, friends, and Buffy fans, huge Buffy fans, joining the chat this evening. So we've got the brilliant Amy McCaw, who is no stranger to a vampire
Oh,
at
thanks. I
all.
didn't get them out myself, Shelley, so
Trying
thank
to.
you for that.
So obviously we have the Mina series and your new one, They Own the Night. Oh, I'm dropping
Yes.
everything. 1 second. There we go. They Own the Night. Tell us a little bit more about this because this is Spike vibes and
Yeah, also
oh
inspired a little bit by Buffy, especially the 90s New Orleans one, the Mina and the Undead series. Yeah, Day and the Night is my 80s Dracula retelling, which is about a brother and sister whose dad is a serial killer, and they have obviously bonded a lot over that. And one of them gets an opportunity to go and interview a reclusive rock star who has strange nocturnal habits. Dot, dot, dot.
ooh, dum dum dum.
And Shelley
So
Mack got to read a very, very early, probably very bad version of it because she
I
checked
know.
all my.
I'm so
She's in
honored. I'm so
Scotland.
honored.
oh
I said it in Scotland, and I was like, Shelley, can you check that my Scottish people don't sound ridiculous for me?
oh I love
You did,
that.
you did really good with that. Brilliant.
Thank you. I didn't overdo it. I thought there's only, I put a little hint of Scottishisms in there, but
Oh, I love that.
yeah,
That's so cool. And it
I
always
loved
gets
that it was
really
set in Scotland.
it always gets
me
really
too.
confusing when me and Shelly are on the chats. It's Shelly and Shelly,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
yeah.
It is confusing. You're right.
But it makes it a fun time though, because sometimes we're like, what? Is it me, Shelly, or you, Shelly? We never know. um, we also have the brilliant Marisa Noelle joining us, whose new book, Plastic, is giving me
Ooh,
like that cover is
Yeah.
just
I love
So
it.
good.
so
Well, when
good.
I said to my cover artist, I said, I want you to think Jaws. And she
Yeah,
delivered. So
Yes.
that's
yeah.
very
Even
cool.
like
So
the font.
yeah, no, exactly. That's what she
So
covered. So it's got nothing to do with vampires.
good.
But I like to think of it as Jaws kind of meets Erin Brockovich with a genetic twist. So yeah,
Ooh, I
Nice.
can't wait. I'm going to be reading this very soon and I can't
yay.
wait because,
Yay.
like, Oh, I mean, just look at those evil eyes as
Yeah.
well. Ooh. And we also have the brilliant Shelly Mack, whose book Landis comes out. Is it February next year? Is it?
Yeah, so it's a wee
Yeah.
Valentine's Day book, baby, next year, 14th of February. So yeah, looking forward to having it back out there in the world, which is good.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
so
can't wait.
exciting. And I just love
Yeah,
this, like, the new branded cover of it. Just, oh, it's just gorgeous. And
It's
I just want to
beautiful.
stroke it forever.
Yeah.
Tell us a little about it, Shelley.
yeah. So Landis, for those that don't know who are listening, so I think quite a lot of people that are joining on the chat are maybe have PR boxes coming or have maybe had one already arrive. But for those who don't know very much about it, it is a group of friends. It's basically my favourite tropes are found family and slow burn romances. So if you like things like that, you will definitely like Landis. It's set in a high school setting. It's very much fantasy grounded in reality, so it's mostly about the relationships within the world of Landis. But there is a really cool part of it that each person in Landis gets to have their own wishing fairy, so they can make their own wishes through their wishing fairy.
Oh.
It all sounds lovely, but there is a bit of chaos and destruction in there as well. So, just to
the
give a bit of a twist.
the
But yes, I'm very excited. And I love
oh
being on here on this chat with two authors who I love. And
yeah.
it's really lovely to see you guys again as
Yeah.
well, just to get and catch up
Oh.
Nelly, have
to
you
bond through Buffy.
I was going to ask you, have you changed anything between the previous version and this version that you're
Oh
releasing?
yeah.
Yes, I have removed the prologue.
Oh.
Okay, okay,
I've
yeah,
removed them.
yeah, okay.
Because I actually I'm one of these kind of people who I gave my book out to a couple of friends, and there was this one friend of mine, I love her so much and she loves everything that I write, but she didn't I could tell that Landis was not her bag. She doesn't like fantasy, so she usually reads everything that I write in a day, and then she just didn't come back to me for like a week, and I was like, you know what?
Oh.
I said, I am just going to let you off the hook. I was
Yeah.
like, because I think that you don't like Landis, and I want you to know that it's okay if you don't like it.
Yeah.
I said, I'm not going to be upset because I know it's not for everybody. And she said, you know what, I have tried, but I think it was the prologue that was putting a lot of people off. It's a bit
Interesting.
confusing. It was quite long.
Yeah.
I don't really like long prologues, and I guess it was like backstory that's not necessarily needed at the moment. So it's going to be like bonus material, I think, down the line.
Nice, nice. That makes sense.
So
Yeah,
Ah.
I
I
like
think
that
I'm going to
idea.
do that. So yeah, so go
Yeah.
straight into the action this time. So
Yes, do it.
yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
like it. And
Oh,
I
I
know
can't wait to get a new copy of that then. Yay.
and I know
Yay!
Marissa, you write like all sorts, like sci-fi,
I do.
horror,
I
dystopian.
do.
Do you find it hard, like switching between the genres, or?
Do you know, in my head, I feel like it's all one genre because I come under the speculative umbrella. And in
Mm,
that umbrella, I think there's horror, fantasy, sci-fi, romantasy, dystopian, and I think they all kind of lend each other. I think if you've got someone who reads sci-fi doesn't just read sci-fi, they might also like horror,
yeah,
they might like fantasy. So I think they all kind of lend each other to each other. And then,
yeah.
when I'm at events and I'm like, well, if you don't like romantasy, here, have my horror, so that
Yeah,
works well.
brilliant.
But what threads them all together is that I always have mental health rep in my books in one way or another. So there's that thread that kind of goes between all of them. So they do kind of tie together a bit. But I have done a bit of a departure because my newest book that I'm working on with my agent is an adult rivals to lovers surfing contemporary romance. So there you
Oh
go.
wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
yay!
Oh, how
That'll
about
be
you,
so
Amy?
good.
Would you
yeah.
ever write anything like that's not horror, Amy? Romance?
I
Maybe?
mean, there's always going to be a touch of horror. I always find mysteries really,
Yeah.
really difficult. And every book I write, even for I've started writing for different audiences a bit and like dabbling and there's always a mystery. There's always some horror. There's
Mm.
always somebody dead and there's always kissing. Like, I think that's
Oh, I
going to be the
love
pattern.
that.
Apart from the middle grades, I don't think there's going to be kissing. But yeah,
Yeah.
otherwise, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Kissing's good. There always has to be kissing.
Yeah, lots of kissing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
My
that's the
favourite
best.
stuff to write.
I saw Matthew said, lovely Scotland. We have to get back there. A wonderful place. Yeah, it's lovely in Scotland. The Constant Collector said, currently reading Landis.
Yay.
Oh
Milena
yeah.
said, yay, Landis. Cameron said she's so excited to read Landis. Oh, I love all this
Oh,
Landis
thanks,
love.
Yeah,
guys. Thank you.
Oh,
love Fernandez.
brilliant. So obviously you're all huge Buffy fans. So can you remember, like, back in the day, what drew you to Buffy, or your first memories of watching it, Amy?
Yes, I can. So it was this time of year, it was Christmas, and I was decorating the Christmas tree when I was 12 or 13. And my mum put the telly on trying to find a Christmas film. And I was like, stop, stop, what's this? And it was the witch episode of Buffy. And I sat down and I wouldn't talk to anyone. And the tree just went undecorated. And I watched Buffy. And I remember it so distinctly, just feeling like it was for me. And I wanted to be her, and I just related to the stuff that they were going through so much. And yeah, vampires, but as I realised as an adult, the vampires and the monsters is the stuff that you face growing up. It's like the metaphor, and I think that's what I really like. As I watched it as an adult, I was like, oh yeah, that's what this series is actually about. I love that it's got loads of layers. I love that like modern teenagers are finding it and still thinking it's awesome, although season one's a bit dated. I think generally
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
still
maybe a bit.
finding audiences, and obviously the reboot or relaunch or continuation that's coming out will bring new people again, which is really exciting.
Oh yeah, it's so exciting, the reboots, and I love how they're just keeping everything under wraps, so it's just going to be pure surprise as well, which is
Yeah, I'm happy
even
about
better.
that. I don't want
Yeah,
any spoilers if I see anything. I know a little bit, but anything about
yeah,
actual content, and I'm just no, I don't want to
nice.
know.
That's it. How about you, Marissa? Do you remember your
I
first memories of Buffy?
Do you know, I do, and I watched it right from the beginning because I had watched the movie with Erica Liniak back in the day,
Yeah.
and even though that was cheese personified, I still loved it. And I've always loved anything to do with horror, paranormal, vampires, all of that. So as soon as I heard about Buffy, I was like, right, I am down for this. And I think when I look at the whole Angel Buffy dynamic, he is probably our original morally grey character, isn't he? Book
Yeah.
boyfriend, you know, wants to do the right thing, but he's done some bad stuff. And I think he kind of kicked it all off, to be honest.
Mm.
Yeah, potentially.
Him
And
and
you can,
Spike, between them, I think they're the two sides of the morally grey vampire coin, aren't they?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 absolutely. And that's what made that dynamic so interesting.
Mm.
And like you, Emmy, I just loved, I wasn't I'm older than you guys, but it felt age appropriate for me at the time. And I remember just thinking, these are my people. I want to be a
Yeah.
Slayer, give me a Slayer. And
Yeah.
the one-liners, I mean, they're just fantastic.
Oh,
So
so good. Such good
yeah.
one-liners. How about you, Shelley? Do you remember your
Yeah.
first time watching it?
Yeah, so I actually watched the movie first, loved it, and I used to watch it over and over again. I had the soundtrack, I used to practice the Keep It Coming cheerleading dance, loved it all. And I was a huge Luke Perry fan because I was also a Beverly Hills 90210 fan. So I was like all about Pike,
Yeah.
loved him. So then when the TV show came out, I was like, I don't want to watch that because I love the movie so much and I don't want it to ruin my, love for the film. So it wasn't until several years later, it was already into season 3 of Buffy by this point, and I was at a friend's house and I kind of had to kill some time in their house, and they were like, listen, you need to watch Buffy. I'm going to leave you a tape, put it on, and you've got to just get over this and watch it. And that was me. I binge watched this VHS videotape all
Yes.
day. The first
Oh.
episode I watched was Lover's Walk. That was my first episode that introduced me to
Oh.
Buffy. And then, of course, after that, I was like saving all my money up to buy all the video box sets, like, the ones that were like the 3 tapes in the one, and you end up
Oh,
having
yeah.
it like this length in your bookshelves. And yeah, that was me. I was a solid, firm fan after that day. And I was like, how could I not have thought that I was going to like this? And it ended up being like my favourite show of all time. It's never been beaten.
Oh,
So,
I love
yeah.
that.
That is cool.
Love
I
that
love
so
that
much.
VHS thing. I went off to uni and I used to have to get my mom to record it on a Friday night so that I had all these episodes to watch because I didn't have Sky at uni, when I got home. But then I wasn't allowed to watch Angel as well because that was on back to back and I couldn't monopolize the TV for 2 hours in one night. So
Oh, that's
Oh, I
rough.
It's
love
very sad.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of remember, I've got some vague memory. I don't think I watched it right from the beginning, but I always remember the telly being on, and there was always My So-Called Life, and then
Yes.
Buffy came on, like
Yes.
straight after. And I always just remember like the theme song, like just being captivated by, you know, how awesome Buffy was.
Yeah.
And those are my memories, but it was very ad hoc for me. Obviously, since I've been an adult, I've watched it all the way through.
Yeah.
But yeah, very ad hoc back then, but just so, you know, so powerful, like, and the messages that they were
Oh,
portraying as
yeah.
well. So,
I'm
so
really
good.
surprised to hear that none of you three have watched them and like originally watched them in order
Yeah.
because it's actually
Yeah,
quite
All out of
apart from
yeah, I
order.
missed
season one, it's
yeah, I
actually
missed the
quite
first
important to
one.
watch it in
Yeah.
order, you know?
I don't know when
Yeah.
I watched the first one. I feel
Yeah.
like I went to Blockbuster Video and rented it because they used to have the box sets in there. And I remember once I went rogue and I'd not watched the end of season 2, and I got the box set of Becoming Part 1 and 2 and watched them by myself upstairs and came downstairs absolutely sobbing. And my mum was like, "What's wrong? What's happened?" I was like, "I've got to tell you about Buffy."
Yeah.
And I was so happy. I was like, "Tell her
Oh,
what happened."
Oh,
I love that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, Amy, bless
I
you.
know. I still cry those bits as well.
I know. I think
Caroline,
it's that kind of program. Oh, sorry.
no,
I
you go,
think it's that.
Shelley, go.
I just think it's that kind of program that it's so well written and it really
Mm,
evoked so much emotion in you. It, like touched everything that you've ever experienced in high school, and had like real life situations in amongst all the monsters and things like
Yeah.
mm,
that are happening as well. So I think it was just like the perfect show to watch as a youngster, but also like in your 20. I was in my 20s when I
Yeah.
watched it, but I still felt like I was, you know, in my teens. So it was actually really, really just brilliant. Really good writing.
oh,
I agree.
I love how many good memories it holds for us all.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
You know, I've
Um,
got to say, I always come back to season 5, and I just think,
mm,
That's my favorite season,
me
season five.
too. And I
yeah.
just think with Dawn and the God, and you just think that whole season was just devastating. You know,
Oh,
Yeah.
I
yeah.
don't think I've recovered yet. But just
Oh,
yeah, that's when I really knew that Buffy was in my heart and soul. You know,
Yeah.
she wasn't going anywhere. So
yeah.
yeah.
When you're fully invested in the characters
Mm.
and what's going on like that, it's like magic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
definitely.
I saw Milena put the first time I watched Buffy was on my uni year abroad in Germany, so I had the German dubbed voices
Oh
as my intro to
No.
Oh
Buffy.
no.
Wow,
Well, maybe they were good.
That is wow. Yeah, yeah.
but that was interesting.
I remember watching dubbed Dawson's Creek on holiday in France as a teenager, and all of the cast sounded like they were in their 40s. Like
Oh
Jack
gosh.
got this really deep
Oh, that
voice, and
must be
obviously
so
Brent.
strange.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
really weird because to French teenagers, that's the actors that they knew as Jack, and yeah, my dad
Oh
was really
no.
educational for me to watch and and hear the French, and I was like, absolutely not.
Scarred you for life.
Yeah.
we
Caroline
need to
said,
ask Milena. Oh, sorry. I
no,
think I must be on a slight delay
oh
or
no,
something.
don't worry. Go
Um,
on.
but we need to ask Milena. Did it spoil? Like when you heard the
Yeah.
actual voices, how did that feel when you've been used to the dubbed voices? I'm so interested to know that.
Yeah, let us know, Milena. Let us know. Caroline said, I spotted your Buffy mug, Shelley. Yeah. Oh, so
It's
cool.
I've got loads of Buffy mugs. I've got a Magic Box one as well, and I've just got a traditional Sunnydale High one. And I used to have
Oh.
all these hoodies, but I had to chuck them out because they were like too old. So I need some new hoodies. I
Oh,
need some new
love
Buffy
that.
stuff.
I went for my t-shirt with the master on tonight. Just put my so
Oh,
yeah,
Oh,
look.
very
let's see.
moody.
Oh,
Very
yes.
Yes.
Which my son is obsessed
Oh.
with. Every time I put it on, he looks at the master and he's like, "Is he okay?" I'm like,
No, no, he's not.
Not really.
Kirsty said, I used to get Total Film and Empire magazine,
"Oh
so I'm
yeah."
fairly sure I saw the movie advertising that and saw it in the cinema, and then I was super excited when the series was announced.
Oh.
Matthew said, I remember it being so unlikely a hit. The movie was so hokey.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the series turned into a phenomenon. Can't say that.
Yeah.
It was amazing to watch it happen. Yeah. Caroline said my mum watched Buffy before me, so she was completely in love with David. Say the last name, Amy,
I
because
can
I
never
can never
say it.
say it.
Boreanaz.
Boreanaz,
Boreanaz.
that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I just know him as David.
Yeah,
Angel.
exactly. Angel. He's just Angel.
Well, yeah, because I don't think he looks like a David. He is really just an angel, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, he is just.
Sharon said, I watched the premiere when I was living in the US. I was dubious as I thought the film was rubbish, but I liked the humour. Yeah, the humour's so great.
There's not really intentional humour in the film. It's more
Yeah.
about kind of accidents.
Accidental.
Well, they're saying that Paul Rubens is really funny. I think somebody
Yeah.
mentioned in the comments.
Yeah, he's funny.
So iconic.
Yeah.
April said, yeah, I loved watching it so much as a teen, but it took on so much more meaning to me as an adult, finally finishing the entire series. Yeah, I agree with that, definitely. Matthew said, haven't seen the movie since it came out. Might be time to revisit it.
Or not.
Josh said to me, he said he tried to watch it, I don't know, a couple of months ago or whatever, and he was like, oh, Shelly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matthew said, love Paul Rubens. Yeah. Melina said the voices were actually pretty spot on. I had the same experience with Charmed, and those voices were interesting.
Oh, wow.
Oh, there's another one of my favourites, Charmed. You know, when I hear that music or I hear the Buffy theme music, I'm like, oh, right back for
sold.
Yeah,
Definitely. Yeah, brilliant.
Dear. So obviously we've been reading The Harvest, which is like book one in the Buffy series, I guess. So it's a novelisation of I think 2 episodes, Welcome to Hellmouth and The Harvest, which were the first 2 Buffy episodes, and it was written by Richard Tankler-Cusick, who wrote Plenty of Point Horror. And so this was a bit different. She did write a vampire book, I believe, Richard Tankler-Cusick, but this was like a direct novelisation of the films.
Yeah.
So there seemed to be like a boom at the time, I think, of like companion books to TV series. Like I've got some Dawson Creek down here.
Hey.
Thank you to Lisa who sent me those. Yeah.
I didn't know they
Dawson
existed.
Creek,
Wow.
Charmed, Buffy. So there seems to be like a boom of like adaptations, which is really interesting. I always wonder why that is, because sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, I guess.
I wonder nowadays if a graphic novel might be better for a TV series, actually, because you've got the imagery. Don't know. Yeah, just a little aside.
That would probably work a little bit better, because
they still do them, don't they? Like Supernatural got a fair few, and Smallville. I mean, I know Smallville. You're talking a while ago now. I bought the Minecraft movie one recently, which we've not read, so I don't know whether it's good. But
so they do still do them then.
Yeah, but I don't think in the scale that they used to. Like at one time, the bookshelves for like 9 to 11s, it was like Sweet Valley High, Babysitters Club, Point Horror, and novelizations, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's so true. And Kirsty's just put Roswell as well. Yeah.
Oh, I loved Roswell. That's another one I loved.
Yeah, that was a good one. Oh, and Dark Angel. Do we remember that one?
Oh,
yeah. I was so upset that it just ended, though. I was like, I got to the end of season 2, and I was like, you can't just end it there.
No,
I was really
so
devastated.
Rude.
I haven't heard of that. Haven't heard that mentioned for ages.
No,
that just brought back a memory.
Yeah.
Oh wow, love that. So this book then, so I'll just read a bit of the blurb and then we'll have a little chat about it. So something's wrong in Sunnydale, California. Something more than their usual bad hair day. As long as there have been vampires, there's been a slayer. One girl in all the world to find them, where they gather and stop the spread of their evil and their swell of the numbers. So in this generation, she's Buffy Summers, 16-year-old, a new student at Sunnydale High. Her experiences at her last school persuaded Buffy to try and resume the life of a normal teenager. But it's no coincidence that Buffy has come to this town at this time. So apparently once in a century comes the harvest, a night when the master vampire can draw enough power to break free and open the portal between his world and ours, unleashing his havoc. And with the help of her new friends and the new Watcher, Buffy is back in business. Yeah.
Oh God, that blurb doesn't really sell it at all, does it?
No, not really.
Really catch the flavour of the witty writing and stuff.
No,
yeah,
I was
that's
like,
true.
whoa, this is kind of like, what? like, yeah, it's giving us a few of the facts, but you know.
It's how it paints vampires as evil, and I like at the beginning. I think that was they were quite two-dimensional until we got to Spike. I think the
Yeah.
vampires were kind of like, you know, soulless, disposable,
Yeah.
evil. One episode and done a lot of the time.
Yeah, definitely.
I think
Well, I
Spike
think Buffy
episode
probably
one.
changed that, didn't it? I
Yeah,
think when I think about previous vampire film, they're always the villain. I don't think really was until Buffy, you know, if anyone's got any other ideas,
yeah. I mean,
where
I've
you
actually
had Angel,
I
you know.
looked at the timeline of it, and Anne Rice obviously was, you know, Into the Vampire was the 70s. I think
Yes.
that the Vampire Diaries
Yes.
books came just before Buffy. They were early
Oh,
90s.
did
Oh,
they?
yeah.
I think so. You can double
Yeah.
check my facts, but I think when
I
I
didn't
looked,
read those. I've only watched it.
yeah,
Yeah.
because I was trying to figure
Yeah,
out
same.
where like True Blood and Buffy and
Yeah.
all that sat alongside each other, and I think it goes Vampire Diaries, Buffy, True Blood. Feel
True
free
Blood.
in the
Yeah, I
comments to
think
Google and
so.
correct me, but I think because when I was trying to figure out when to set the Mina books, I was like, right, where does Mina fit in relation to all the vampire stuff? And yeah, I couldn't reference True Blood sadly, but I managed to get in references to the other stuff. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if I referenced Vampire Diaries actually, but
Yeah.
Do you know what? I've never seen Vampire Diaries. Is that really bad? I've never seen it.
Shelly.
I think it just passed me by.
I don't
And
think
like,
it's as much your thing as Buffy. Like it's more serious.
Yeah, it's definitely more
Kind
serious.
of, it's the angsty romance.
It's
And
darker,
yeah,
I would say.
it's very
Ah.
dramatic.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, is it?
everybody's in danger of like, you know, dying and being revived and stuff like that. And like
Plus the love side of things, I think, is a lot more intense. There's a whole love triangle thing that's very intense. Yeah.
Yeah,
I never
Buffy and
watched it
Angel.
all.
Yeah, the Buffy and Angel thing is like it's like that, but all the way through. I'm googling now the date. I can't rest until I double check.
Yeah, it just seemed to
it
pass me by. I can't even explain why
Yeah.
it passed me by, but
To be
did.
honest, I loved it when I started it, but I never finished it.
Me neither. I only got to
That's
That's
season
what Shelly
4.
said.
I have not seen the very end of it because
No, I haven't either.
somebody spoiled the ending of it, and I was like, well, I'm not watching it then.
Oh, Cavan's put Shelley, as in me. OMG, it was written by a point horror author. You have to go and watch Vampire Diaries. Yeah,
like one of the
LJ
point
Smith,
horror authors as well.
I know that is so true.
Yeah, so The Awakening, 1st of September 1991. So you're talking
wow.
yeah.
Wow, yeah.
That passed me by completely.
Yeah,
yeah. Well,
definitely.
I don't think I read them because I was 7 then, so I don't think I read them until maybe till I watched the TV show. Actually, I can't remember.
Oh, I wonder whether that. Yeah, just I don't know why it passed me by, but it just did. Shaman said Vampire Diaries was too lovey-dovey for me.
See, that's what I wondered for you.
Yeah, Sharon wouldn't like that.
Stabby.
Sharon wouldn't like that.
I like more stabby.
Yeah.
Or fangy.
Go for the horror.
Oh dear. So the book is kind of like a play-by-play novelisation of the first 2 Buffy episodes. So do you think that Richie Tankersley did a good job of capturing the Buffy vibe? Shelley?
I was about to say which Shelly, but you're asking me, so it's obviously me.
I'll just say awesome Shelley next time.
It was my brother's wedding yesterday, and I was up to like midnight, and I'm still a bit foggy. I'm foggy. I know, I don't know how I am either. Not even had the time for a nap today. Yeah, so I think she did do a good job. I think, like Amy, you pointed out a really good post the other day where you'd highlighted a section where the prose was really lovely. It was a very nice descriptive prose. And I think that Richie has a really good way. Like I think whenever you put her point horror books in, I always feel like they're up there with some of the best. So I like how she just gave an extra, delivered a bit more for us, because it really does stick to the first and second episode, to a T. So actually putting her own spin on it, I think she managed to do that quite well.
Yeah. How about you, Marisa? Do you think she done a good job?
Yeah, I think it brought me right back to the Buffy vibe and that humour that and the one-liners. I mean, it's almost like they took the dialogue of the episodes and then wrote around that. Because it was so well written, the dialogues, and I felt like that when I was reading it. So I was just reading it with a whole smile on my face, thinking I am right back there, and I can see it. I can see the episode so well with the way that she was describing it. So absolutely.
Yeah, same. How about you, Amy?
I thought it was great. I was a bit
Yeah.
worried. I thought, oh gosh, I haven't read one of these, I don't think, since my teens. And I was like, is this going to have held up? And actually, I was fully pulled into it. I did a post, like Shelley said, where I pulled out some of the descriptions, like the one of Angel was spot on. It was like, heavy, smouldering brown stuff. And Xander, she just describes this cute boy. And I was like,
Yeah.
not a word I've used to describe Xander, maybe. But maybe lots of people think he's cute and I'm just in the minority. But yeah, so there were odd moments where I went, oh, that's funny. And a couple of the descriptions were very point horror where it got a bit kind of purple prose. And I was like, oh, this is, but again, I love that because it made me feel like I was reading point horror. Like you, Marissa, I suspect that she went through the dialogue of the episode. There was the occasional line where I went, I don't remember that, so I don't know whether it's got odd extra bits.
Same.
Also,
Maybe tweaked it a bit.
yeah, and also the vampires, it describes their rotting flesh, and I was like, I'm so glad they didn't go with that. I wonder if that was an early concept. Like, I don't know when this, although it came out, I don't know when it came out in relation to the TV show.
Yeah,
was
97
before?
the book was.
97.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it was drafted, like how publishing works. Was it drafted before she'd seen some visuals, or that just got left in by mistake? Because it seems quite oddly repulsive compared with
what was actually
what they actually went with. And some of the descriptions of how the vampires died too, I was like, they kind of fall to the ground and then collapse into dust or something. I was like, oh, it's not like the steak and poof. So I wondered if she'd not seen it when the kind of
or she was putting her own spin on it.
Yeah, but, maybe that's she just went, I'd rather than be rotting and revolting. Not mildly appealing. Let's go with that.
She just went rogue and did her own thing. No, I agree with that. I think she did a good job, and it is a play-by-play really of the first 2 episodes, isn't it?
That's what I wanted, though. I think if I'd, because I know those episodes so well, I must have. I don't know how many times I've seen them. I was kind of ready to pick it apart if it strayed too far, and I didn't have a moment where I went, no, that didn't happen.
No.
But some of the scenes, they were quite, visual, graphic, like the one where, like, the master, like, the eye scene, and I was like, whoa! Like, it's quite described in a way that really made me, like, cringe. I mean, I'm a bit funny with eye things, but I was a bit like, oh!
I am too. I can't do eyes and nails. I'm like, if you want to do like Russian torture, and no. And like every time I watch Pirates of the Caribbean, where one of the pirate things gets the fork stuck in the eye and then pulls, I'm like,
I just can't deal. No, no, too far for me. Too far.
No.
I saw Milena said, I think this was really well written for a novelisation. They can be so hit and miss. Plus, love Richard Tankersley Cusick. Yeah, definitely. Matthew said, I've been meaning to do the whole Buffy series again, but right now Charmed is filling my retro TV needs for Charm Chat, because I host like Charm Chat with Josh, so we've been working our way through those. So we've done.
You need to get me on that one too, Shelly.
Yeah, you should come on.
I'd love to chat Charmed.
Sharon said, I prefer the rotting vampires, to be honest.
I like pretty ones, but that's just me.
I like them all.
Yeah. Matthew said, yes, the vampires on the first season or 2 were about as hokey as the original film. Bad makeup and prosthetics. Yeah, Caroline said eyes and teeth for me. Yeah, teeth as well.
Speaking of Josh, his vampire book's been announced now.
Yes, it has.
It's so good. It's so good. Anybody who's wanting, it's like House in the Cerulean Sea, but with vampires instead of.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
And the cover,
like cozy fantasy in a kind of beautiful setting.
That's funny. I wouldn't have thought he would be doing cozy, not after Heswell Roll. That was really good. So
I love how Josh can do that. Like, Shadow Glass is quite different, isn't it? And then I think the negative even is more sort of psychological, and Heswell Roll is like my brand of slasher horror. But it's really, really good.
And the cover, have you seen the cover?
It's gorgeous.
Yes.
Oh, I'm excited now.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah, Matthew said Josh's new cover is fabulous. Yeah. Oh, Caroline said, if you have the squeamies over eyes, the last episode of it, Welcome to Derry, was next level. Oh no!
Oh,
I don't have that streaming service. It's on something that I don't have.
Oh, Yeah, I was going to start watching that after. I've been rewatching Stranger Things at the moment, and then that was my
Yes.
next one after.
Yeah. Not bad.
Oh, I need to rewatch that. Yeah, because the new season's out soon, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got 3
I know.
episodes left of series 4 to finish off, and then I'm up to date again
Brilliant.
now.
I
And
still feel bad for Bob, you know?
I love
oh,
Bob.
I
I love
know.
Bob. Poor
Bob.
Bob. Yeah.
Poor Bob. So at the start of the book, obviously we see Buffy trying to navigate new surroundings and new school, and it gradually introduces the characters to us. So before reading, like, who was you most excited to be reunited with in book form? Shelley?
I just love Giles so much. I'm such a
Yeah.
big Giles fan, and I was looking forward to that. And there's some really good like one-liners in the book as well. So I was just like looking forward to reading them again, even although I knew what they were and what what was coming.
Mm,
Um, and yeah, who else? Who else? I love meeting Willow for the
mm,
very first time because she's probably got one of the biggest character arcs out of
Yeah.
all of the
yeah.
characters. And I just seeing her just not knowing what she's going to become, and just the way she is at the very, very beginning. Because I am so Buffy. If I had went into school and I had met Willow, she would also be my best friend because
Mm,
Mm.
I would just be drawn to her. Because that's like the way that she is this amazing person that nobody else seems to be able to see. Yeah, so I think Willow
mm,
and Giles probably.
yeah.
Yeah.
The most.
Same. Exactly the same for me, that
Yeah.
is. How about you, Amy? Who were you more excited to be reunited with in book form?
Well, I knew we weren't going to get Spike, so I was prepared for that.
I know,
That there's
not
no
yet,
Spike.
no.
But I wanted to see how she'd introduce Angel, because
Mm.
Angel
Mm,
is one of those characters that could come across a bit cheesy and a bit kind of, oh, he's aloof and mysterious in his long black coat, what have you. And actually, I thought she did it well to say that
yeah.
he doesn't really play much of a part in those episodes, but he's on the fringes of the action. I thought she did that well. And
Yeah.
Buffy herself, I think
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
Buffy rises and falls on that character and on Sarah Michelle Gellar's portrayal of her. So I wondered in the book, if anything wasn't delivered quite right, it could have
Mm,
tanked the book. And actually, I thought that Buffy came across like the Buffy we know by and large.
yeah,
I think the
yeah.
dialogue carried a lot of it, but the kind of introspection stuff and how she is with Cordelia and her actions and standing
Yes.
up to her and stuff. I think
Yeah.
that it captured really well. So yeah, I was
Yeah.
pleased with
Yeah.
Buffy. I think was the most important one for me.
I
Yeah.
really loved how Cordelia read as well
Yeah.
Yeah.
on the page. Like, it was just she was like so awful sometimes, so great.
Yeah.
How about you, Marissa? Who were you
Do you
excited to
know,
read?
probably Buffy, but I think
Yeah.
it wasn't so much that I wanted to meet any one character, it was more about how are they going to be portrayed. And within a
Mm,
couple of sentences, we were back with Buffy being tough but navigating things. We were back with Geeky Xander. We were back with Giles being this, father figure and trying to guide them. We're back with Willow being the quiet girl that's always been bullied, and Cordelia, who was just on speed, Cordelia,
On her feet.
yeah.
So I just really enjoyed how obviously and well their characters came across from the
Mm,
moment they appeared on the page. And that,
yeah.
I think that's what made me smile all the way through. I was just like, yes, that's exactly what Cordelia would say. So
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So true.
yeah,
Melina put Giles with loads of little hearts,
yeah.
heart emojis. Sharon says Giles was always my favourite character too. Matthew said I was Team Giles too. A British librarian, just dreamy.
Yeah.
Oh
Because he was
yeah.
doing all those
Right.
Nescafe ads at the
Yeah.
same time as
That's
Oh
Buffy, or
right,
yeah.
similar
yeah.
time, wasn't
I
he? And it was all
remember.
very
Yeah.
sexy. So
I
See,
remember
I
that.
didn't get Giles being sexy when I first watched it because
okay,
I was so young.
yes.
And I met him when I was 19. We went to meet James Masters and Giles was there as well. And my friend had a crush on Giles and I obviously had a crush on James Masters.
Yeah.
So I've met Anthony Head, and then rewatching it as an adult, I was like, "Oh, Giles! Like,
Yeah.
where's he been
Yeah.
first watch?"
Yeah, it's definitely different rewatching it
Yeah,
as an adult.
Oh, I
Definitely.
love it.
100%.
Oh.
Like
Love it.
Tweed in the library and everything. Like,
Yeah.
absolutely all of it.
Yeah.
Oh dear. So obviously on Buffy's first day and right from the offset, it's
Mm.
clear that Buffy is just not going to be able to, not get involved in the weird goings on or things that are going on in the town, especially when there's a dead guy that's been stuffed in a locker, the guy from the prologue, and obviously falls out of the locker, and there's a big thing about that. So being fans of the series and knowing what's to come, you know, later down the line in the series, was it hard to start the book series with like a fresh mind? Does that make sense? Like, because you know what's going to come later down the line, Amy?
Yeah, I didn't attempt to. I think I went into it thinking this could either be really bad or really nostalgic, and I'm just going to steel myself and prepare. And I just leaned into the nostalgia, and I was like reciting the lines in my head, like the bit where I love the bit where she says, like, there's a guy and it's the weirdest thing. All his blood's been drained and he's got little holes in his neck. Isn't it just bizarre? Aren't you just going, ooh? And I was like waiting for certain lines and like saying the scene in my head, like as it was unfolding, and then going, hang on, I think that's changed slightly. And I want to watch the episode now and see what she did change. So I think if I'd tried to set it aside, it wouldn't have worked. But I tend to like rewatching stuff for that feeling of knowing what's coming and the comfort memories of it. So I just leaned into the nostalgia and the remembering it all. How
about you, Marissa? Did you like
exactly
try and
the same?
put what you know?
No, I didn't even try that. I just treated it as this is a walk down memory lane. This is like having a cup of tea with an old friend, you know, and revisiting. I'd say the only thing that kind of bothered me about the book was the head hopping, because obviously we don't do that anymore. And obviously it was very acceptable back then. So one minute I'm in Xander's head and then suddenly I'm in Buffy's head, and then I'm like, okay, you know, like almost mid-paragraph. So that I was like, once I got into that, I was like, I just had a bit of a chuckle about it, because I was like, well, you couldn't publish that now. You know? But that's the only thing that I kind of thought, oh, that's different.
Because it did do that even with like the bad guys as well. Like it,
Yeah,
seeing it from their point of view, aren't you? Yeah. How about you, Shelley? Was it hard to like put what you know further down the line aside to read it with a fresh mind, or?
No, I mean, I don't think I think me as an overthinker, I did not overthink this one at all. I just, you know, I've been reading so many books or trying to get through so many different books for different things and reviewing books and whatnot, that I thought this is the perfect palate cleanser to stop me from going into a reading slump. So I just was like, it was just sheer joy. It was just like being able to sit down and know that I already knew what was coming and I could just enjoy it for what it was. And I read it really fast. Like, I think I knew that this chat was coming up. That was like, it's only, 147 pages. And I think I read it like just over a period of a couple of sittings. It was great.
I love
that. It was good. And it does make me want to go and watch the first episode again and like start my Buffy rewatch. And I usually do that around this time of year. And like you said, Amy, I think that there was a couple of things that I was questioning. I'm not sure this line's actually in there. And I think because I've watched it that many times, I'm like, I'm sure I must know that for sure. So it wasn't there. So I want to go and watch it. I'll maybe sit with my book and do an immersive read at the same time.
Oh, that would be so cool. I
wonder if I don't know how back in the day how strict they were, but I assume they were pretty strict with sticking to if it was episodes in the series. I've interviewed William Ritter and Kendara Blake, who've written newer Buffy books, and they both said that Disney are very much like, this is the arc, do not deviate from this is the Buffyverse. And you, particularly with the new series coming out, I'm so interested to see if Kendara's, because time wise it does line up. Like, are they going to go like Willow's daughter, you know, stuff like that? I don't know. And I haven't asked Kendara about it because I think she probably knows the answer. And I'm like, I don't, because I think she's been a bit in the know with what's happening with the show as well, from what I can gather. Although I've not asked. But they both said that there were little bits they were able to add. Like William Ritter, there was a bit about Drusilla, which I won't spoil it, in Bloody Fool for Love, where he got to add a bit of lore and nobody took it out, and he was like, oh, I've added
that's cool.
This.
So cool.
Yeah, it was to do with Drusilla's backstory and her dolls and stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah, he wrote that. So I think it is quite interesting. Like we've said, we don't know whether she based it on a prior version of the show or whether she tried to get her own vibe in. But yeah, I know that Disney are really strict about you've got to stick to.
Yeah.
These
Oh,
characters.
makes me so
That's
much
good
more
to know.
excited. So do you think that Buffy tries, hard enough to stay out of the limelight in the book from the trouble? I mean, obviously, we know she's the Slayer, but why do you think she just can't resist? And this is why we love her, I guess. Amy, what do you think?
It's an interesting one because it's like, is it the pull of the Hellmouth and destiny and fate? Is she preordained to do this and she hasn't got power over it? Or is it her personality that she cannot leave people, if she knows people are being hurt and there are vampires, even though she's saying it's not her responsibility, not her fight anymore, she can't stay out of it. And I think those two, whichever is right, both of them are really powerful forces. It's her personal characteristics that we love. And then, like Giles is saying, it's starting again, and this happens every 100 years. And how much of it is her control? I don't know. And it's quite interesting, the two sides of that.
Yeah, I think it's in her personality. She
Yeah.
just, she wants to save
Yeah.
people, and she's got that intrigue as well in
I think
her.
she had every intention of starting afresh, but she's going
Yeah,
to turn
she
her
tried.
back when the poo hits the fan. She's like,
Yeah.
I'm not just going to ignore that. So off she
Mm.
goes. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
not
that's
teenagers,
true.
I mean, even adults as well. Like, you don't necessarily know yourself. Like, you can kind of convince yourself of things, and she's working really hard, isn't she, to convince herself, like, I can stay out of this. And she doesn't really know her own depths,
Yeah.
her own kind of bravery, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like even in that scene when she first meets Giles, she's like, no, no,
Yeah.
no. She's trying so hard to like just not get involved, fresh start and all that. But yeah, he knew that she'd be coming back.
It's quite interesting how quickly, I'd forgotten how quickly they pulled Sandra and Willow into it as well, because they straight
Yeah.
away, like, Sandra overhears and he's like, what? And
Yeah.
I think
Yeah. Very quick.
normally, when
Yeah.
you think of stuff like Smallville, like, the characters, like, some of them, like, never find out that Clark
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm,
That's
Superman,
true.
spoiler alert. So it's
Yeah.
interesting how they went for Scooby Gang from day
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
yeah, they just had a bond straight away as well, which I really loved. How about you, Shelley?
Yeah, me too.
Do you think she can't resist like being drawn in, or do you think it's just her personality?
I think that I do. I mean, it is obviously a predestined thing that she was going to be the Slayer. I think that evil finds her just as easily as she finds evil. I think that they're all interconnected through the strength of the Hellmouth and the underworld. So I think that it was just an inevitability, really. If I would say that's what I would lean towards. I think that Buffy's heart is just so good as well. I don't think that she could just walk away and leave somebody that was in desperate need of help. So
Yeah,
I think that I just have I think for me, like as much as I like all the other characters, and yes, I was excited to see other characters, you guys said you were really excited to see Buffy as well. But if anybody, people we used to do things like, oh, name your top 10 Buffy characters. Like Buffy was always number one, hands down for
yeah,
me. Spike was a close second. But I just feel as if just the way that she sort of empowers women from that very kind of first episode. She commands and takes control of her own life. So there is a lot of her own, she puts her own spin into it no matter what. And I love that. And I just think that it was just such a great show to watch as a young girl going into adulthood. It was perfect because it just
yeah,
covered so many different things. So yeah, I think it probably is a whole mix of things, but I do think that this call is bigger than her. And but I also think that she had to, like, she just couldn't go away and leave somebody. She would have to get involved. And that is what happens
yeah.
from the very beginning. She's like, oh, well, this is happening, so I'm going with it.
Yeah. It's like even with that scene with her mum, like later down the line, where her mum's going, "No, you're not going." She's
Yeah.
almost at a point there where she's like, "No, this is what I've got to do."
Yeah.
So she's, this is going to happen, mum, whether you
Yeah. Yeah.
like
She
it or
didn't even
not.
consider obeying her mother, did she? She was
No,
like,
it
right, how do
wasn't
I
No.
get
even
around
like
this?
a
Yeah.
possibility at all. She was like,
It
"No."
reads a bit different as a parent now. I read that scene with like palpitations for joy, so I was like, oh gosh, she's
Oh, oh
so
yeah,
much.
that's so true. I'd be like, no,
Yeah.
no, definitely not.
Yeah,
Kirsty said the book's tagline, "Schools out, evils in," is very point horror-esque.
Mm.
Yeah, it is. There's a
it is.
tagline at
Yeah.
the top.
Yeah, very not
um,
Buffy, really.
Yeah, that's so true. Oh, and Kirsty put, people seen the original pilot with a different Willow. No offense to
Never.
that actress, but I'm glad they
No,
did recast.
No,
No?
I've never heard that. Never.
no,
Oh,
me
no, I
neither.
need to track that down.
yeah. Matthew said there can only be one Willow, and
Yeah.
yet I definitely agree. Matthew said once Buffy got that gigantic cross put on her, that was it. There was no way she could not be a Slayer. Yeah, so true.
Yeah.
So we get to find out exactly what the Harvest is. So the book's called The Harvest. So we find out exactly what that's about. And we initially meet Luke and Darla, so the Master's kind of minions. So what were your thoughts on them? Were they like good baddies, or were they a bit mild and like, meh? Shelley?
I think one of the things I love about Buffy, and I think this is where it encompasses some of the um, what they went with in the movie as well, that sort of like added elements of humour. And the Master was always quite comical to me. Like I was never really scared of him.
Mm,
And so he was never one of my favourite baddies, and I like never doubted in my mind that she
Mm.
was going to, you know, overpower him at the end and that they would come out on top. And I kind of liked the Master just because he was funny and he had that sort of like dark wit about him, which was good. It was a good balance for the show as well, for maybe young teenagers going in. So obviously the plot lines become a lot more darker as the
mm,
series continues. So I think it was a very good starting point with the baddie being the Master in the first season.
yeah.
I think Darla, I think she's great actually, that she's
I
like a
love
baddie
Darla.
that you really love to hate her, she's um yeah, she's good. I really, really like her. And just like the opening scene, because she's got that, innocent voice and so
Yeah.
sweet, and then she just plays that part perfectly, and then just goes into this vicious killer in the next, scene. You're just like, wow, that was a really good opening scene. And I have to
Mm,
say, I do think I know that it is a bit dated now, especially some of the episodes that are filler ones in the middle of season one. But I think that overall, this was a very strong pilot for any series. Like I still
yeah.
watch and still love it to this day. Yeah. So, but yeah, I think Luke was quite good as well. And what's interesting is he obviously plays other parts at different points in the show as well. Like
Mm,
he comes back into it, but like has different characters, and I really liked that too. But yeah, I think that he was a good character. I just think it was well cast, the whole entire
yeah.
episode, and I did see the characters in my mind as they were portrayed
Mm.
in the episodes. I saw
Yeah.
that in the
Yeah.
book as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. How
Yeah.
about you, Amy? Did you like Luke and Darla as like baddies with the Master?
Love Darla. I think the
Darla's
thing
great.
with Darla is, yeah, like Shelley said, that opening scene is such a good statement of intent for the show. Like, you cannot trust anyone. You don't know who is
Mm,
going to turn and be something different than what you think in the show. It just sets you up straight away. This is what you're getting into. And I think you see so many of her layers, and it continues into Angel. Like, you just get to know Darla so well by the end of the show.
yeah.
But yeah, Luke, as I was reading Luke, I was like, I didn't get as much of a handle on him because I think I just know so much about Darla. I didn't
Mm,
Yeah.
remember that much about Luke, so I thought he was decent. And I thought it was interesting in the book how kind of beaten up Buffy gets. Like, it seems like it
yeah.
describes a
Yeah.
lot how like Buffy's nearly dead at this point. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Luke's just like beating
Yeah.
her up, and she's like nearly unconscious. And it seemed the TV show, I don't know whether I'm remembering it wrong, but I feel like in those two episodes she bounces back a bit easier than they
Mm,
described it
Yeah,
in
it
the book.
seems
It seemed
so.
like Richie was like, I'm going to put her in real peril here. Like, she's going to
yeah.
be really strong. So I think the book did Luke a favor and made him seem like really, really tough compared
More
to what
badass.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. How about you, Marissa? What do you think?
I mean, I think I preferred Luke and Darla to the Master in the sense that there was more about them. And
Yeah.
obviously, Darla's brilliant. Luke, I quite like Luke, although I can't remember him from the actual episode. But
Mm,
from rereading it, I'm like, no, I like the situation that you're in. But with the Master, I think you've obviously started with a very kind of 2D typical villain, you know.
mm,
But as you move through the seasons of Buffy, they become a lot more complex. So,
mm,
but to start with, I think it's good to start that way and then
yeah.
build on that. So
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I love Darla. I was just like, every time Darla was on the page, and I was just like, yeah, Darla. Like, she was like the baddie I was rooting for a little bit
Yeah.
when I shouldn't have been. But she just had such a presence. I love
Yeah,
that.
she does.
April said the original pilot is on YouTube. If we want to
Ooh.
see the
Oh,
other
I
need to
don't
go
know.
check
willow.
Like,
it
I kind of don't want to know, but yeah, I'm gonna have to put it on just to see who they cast
out.
initially.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh, I'm gonna have to have a look at that. Matthew said, I felt Luke and the master needed to get a room when Luke said his body was the master's
Well, quite,
instrument.
quite.
So true. Yeah, he was like, yes, master. Matthew said the leather jackets and the square toed, chunky heeled ladies' boots took me right back to the 90s.
Yeah.
So I was going to
Oh,
ask you that.
definitely.
Did you pick up any like 90s clothing references that like stuck out to you,
The bit
Amy?
where Cordelia questions Buffy and is like vamp nail polish,
Yeah.
and she's
Yeah.
like, it's over.
Yeah. Oh, vamp nail
Yeah,
polish.
even like the
Oh.
way she was dismissing stuff and saying over, I was like, yeah, that felt very 90s. I still don't know who John Tesh is. I need to look it up. John
No,
Tesh the
not me
devil, and I'm like,
either.
the devil? Who's that? So yeah, I think there were moments like that where I thought, yeah, and like when it said certain things about leather jackets and stuff and cross necklaces, I was like, yeah, Buffy did this actually. Buffy sparked, I feel, a whole generation of us to wear our leather jackets and like white vest tops and
Yeah,
Yeah.
cross
definitely.
necklaces.
Yeah.
Oh, how about you, Marissa? Did you pick up any 90s
Not
nostalgia
any
in
more
there?
than what Amy said. And I was
Yeah.
just flicking through and I was thinking, they actually, the dialogue transcends very well. There isn't anything that's very 90s or, you know, um, like all the stuff you get today with the whole 6-7 and all this. I don't know who's got
Oh
kids doing
no.
6-7 all the time and
Oh,
stuff.
My
that is
My
ridiculous.
son
What is that?
constantly.
Yeah.
There was
what is it? And I was like, I don't think it's anything. Stop
no,
saying
it's like if you don't have an answer to something, you just go 6-7.
Somebody
Yeah,
just
Oh.
started it and it went viral, and that's
yeah,
my husband and I looked it up because we were like, "What is
yeah.
this?"
What is this?
We were seeing it
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah, it just came from a song, from a snippet in a song, and now nobody
Yeah.
knows what it means really. But yeah, there was nothing like that in here. What I'm trying to say is that there was no weird dialect that made me think, "Oh, that's so 90s. We don't say that anymore," or anything like that.
Mm,
So
Yeah.
yeah.
not really. And I think that's probably one of the reasons it was so nice to go and read again because you didn't feel like it was that far away, or that
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah, yeah,
aged
yeah.
that much.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
there was some dialogue, like I think it was when they're going like, "What's the sitch?" And I was like,
oh yeah.
"Wow,
Yes,
I haven't
yes,
Yeah.
said that
yes.
for
You're
so
right.
long,
You
but
are
now I'm
right.
going to use it in my
Yeah,
daily
yeah,
dialogue because I
What's the
miss it."
stitch?
yeah,
Just be like, at work, "What's the sitch?"
yeah. Now that you said that, I remember that now. Yeah,
But I
yeah,
love that though, that it's just
yeah,
like something that's completely forgotten that we used to say
yeah,
or whatnot, and then now it's just like fresh in my mind. I'm going to
yeah,
use it constantly now and
yeah.
annoy everyone.
Just bring it back.
A bit like six
Yeah.
seven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh dear. How about you, Shelley? Did you pick up any other 90s vibes or nostalgia
Um,
clothing, anything like
I
that?
wouldn't I wouldn't say so if I'm being honest, not in these particular episodes or in this book, because I like
Mm,
you said, Marissa, I think it had a sort of timeless quality to it, so it's kind of
yeah.
good for all generations. Um, da, da, da. So yeah, but not specifically. Maybe just again what Amy said about the quiz part with the vamp nail polish. Maybe
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
that.
Oh, when I read that vamp nail polish, I was like, I still wear vamp
I know,
nail
I was just
polish.
I
thinking that.
still like vamp nail polish. I know.
The only nail
It's
polish I
okay. It's
wear.
come back round again. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. Matthew said John Tesh. He was a host of an American show, Entertainment Tonight, and then he became a musician.
Oh, okay. I wonder
Oh,
what he did to get called the devil. That's,
I
Yeah, what did
know.
he
Cordelia says
do?
that's pretty much a gimme, but you pass. It's like, I'm sure I've looked it up before and still, like the DeBarge, somebody
Interesting.
spoke about the DeBarge references as well. I
Yeah,
was like,
Matthew.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
a fair point. Would Buffy actually know who it is? I only know who DeBarge is because Eminem references DeBarge. At one point, he says Dr. Dre slapped DeBarge, and I was like, I need to know who that is. So I looked it up.
Oh, I love that. Kirsty said Stitch goes with Riz so
Yeah,
could make a comeback.
yeah,
Yeah, that's so
Yeah.
true.
yeah,
So obviously the big showdown at the end happens in bronze, like the only hit place to
yeah.
be in Sunnydale.
And
Um,
also, as an aside, can I just say, why have we got 16-year-olds in a club with
yeah,
alcohol in America where the drinking age is 21?
that is so
Because
true.
they stamp your hand, Marissa. Did you not read it in the book? That made it all
Yeah,
make
they
sense.
don't get
They
drink. They don't
they
get
just
served.
randomly stamp hands without checking any IDs, and then
Right,
it's all
right,
fine.
okay.
Yeah,
I
this
once
is
had
how
this
we get away
conversation
with
with
it.
somebody. Somebody tried to catch me out about the Mina books and said that, do you know drinking age is 21? And I was like, actually, in the mid-90s in New Orleans, it was really sketchy, and there was a bit of a loophole where 18-year-olds could drink could drink under various circumstances, and also
Yeah,
apparently nobody in New Orleans checked IDs basically at this
yeah,
Oh
point in time.
wow, I
So I was
love
like, I'm not
that.
going to get into a debate, but I have fact checked this.
yeah.
And also, it's a YA book, so I'm going to
Yeah.
Oh
have to leave
yeah,
it. Sorry about that.
I love that. So yeah, so obviously Luke and his vampire crew are killing innocents to kind of feed the master. So what did you think of the whole ending and like it, how it was described in the book compared to maybe what we know from the TV show? Did it work well for you, Marissa?
Yeah, I think there were some moments where I couldn't quite picture like where people were, and because
Mm,
there's a lot of different scenes with a lot of different people doing different things at the same time. But as a whole, I think it came across really well. But
mm.
actually, the one scene that I really struggled to picture is when Xander and Buffy were stuck in the down deep, and they got
Yeah.
trapped, and then they were going to go up a vent, and all the vampires were coming in, and then there was a vampire coming out, and I was like, I don't know where you are, and I don't know how you're going to get out, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I agree with that. I did
yeah,
have to read that a couple of times. I loved
yeah.
it. Yeah.
But as a whole, it definitely, so the ending definitely had that Buffy energy where all the poos hit the fan and everyone's doing everything. Um,
Yeah.
and all the moves where what was it, someone's throwing a symbol at somebody and all that kind of. So yeah,
Oh, that
I think,
symbol scene, I
yes,
loved it.
nice, you know.
Nice
So I
shot.
think it really brought that finale energy, which is what
Mm,
we've grown to love about Buffy. So
yeah,
yeah.
Yes,
definitely.
definitely.
How about you, Shelley? Did you like that whole ending? Did it come across well in the book?
Yeah, I did. I was like really looking forward to the showdown at the end. I think the only scene I reread a few times was the scene with Jesse and Xander. I
Mm,
did read that paragraph again. I don't think it had enough airtime in the story. I think they could have fleshed that out a bit more. Because I thought that was quite
mm,
a pivotal scene for Xander's character going forward as well. And it's like his best friend, and he
yeah.
basically watched him die right in front of him. So, I mean, that's a pretty traumatic thing for a
Mm.
teenager to have to experience. So I think I would have liked to have seen a little bit more in that particular scene. But I always love the scene where Luke thinks that the sun's about to get him, and um, she's like, sunrise isn't for 9 hours, you moron. I
Yeah.
just think that's such
Yeah,
a brilliant
because
line,
when she was doing that and they opened the window, I was like, but it's night. They've only been in there for an hour. How is it? And then she did that, and I was like, oh,
That
Yeah.
was so
yeah,
cool.
I know,
So
it was good. I
cool.
mean, honestly, if you'd stopped to think for a second, you would have realised,
yeah,
obviously that's not happening. But,
yeah.
Oh,
but
how about
yeah,
you,
quick
Amy?
thinking on Buffy's part.
How about you, Amy? Did you like the whole way the ending was portrayed in the book?
Yeah, I did. Same as Shelley. I feel like justice for Jesse, because even in the TV show, like they have the nice little chat at the end and nobody references the fact that he's
I
dead.
know.
And I don't think he gets referenced again for the whole show as far
I
as I remember.
know. He doesn't.
And I remember,
Mm. Oh, Amy's froze.
sorry,
Amy.
an email just popped up and
Oh,
said
it's
everything,
okay.
everything wild on my phone. Yeah, so I felt really bad for Jesse. I think that they could have, like Shelley said, he could have had a minute or two more to be
Yeah.
Mm,
mourned. And I have this like problem with Buffy of things happen on a very large scale and many
Mm.
people witness them, and then afterwards they always sort of go, oh, everybody just
It's okay.
forgets when
Yeah.
they see vampire stuff, so it's fine. Don't worry. And then Principal Snyder later on is just like gang related PCP, and everyone's like, oh.
Yeah.
And at the studios, I remember being like, what's PCP?
Maybe she should have had like a Men in Black thing, you know,
Yeah.
just
Oh,
to, you
yeah.
know,
Possibly.
something to make people
Yeah, that would
forget.
have been good.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
think the large scale scenes do come with that slight lack
Yeah.
of consequences
Yeah.
sometimes, and they do just go, people can't rationalize it, therefore they don't. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure if I saw a guy drinking blood, I wouldn't forget it, probably. But maybe I already have, and I
Yeah.
have forgotten.
Yeah, maybe you have.
Maybe you
Maybe.
don't know what they're putting in the water in Sunnydale, you
Well,
know?
yeah, this is it. There's been all
Yeah.
kinds of theories, hasn't
Yeah.
there? About, like, people have chatted about that over the years.
Yeah.
Is it the hellmouth that makes people more susceptible? Is the
Mm.
demonic energy doing something to them? Like, I suppose you can rationalize it away however you want, really.
Yeah.
Like human
Yeah.
energy, demon energy, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
I just saw Melania put the amount that Sunnydale suppresses. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yep.
just gaslight the whole town. Like,
Yes.
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 Vampires, don't be stupid.
Yeah.
Kirsty said, but as we find out when she gets the award, they don't forget.
Yeah. Oh
True.
gosh, that bit
True.
makes me cry so much.
Yeah. And
Oh, I used to
apparently,
cry every time.
oh, sad. We can't talk about it, just to start me off. Matthew said John Tesh's music is the devil. Horrible piano,
This
adult
explains it.
contemporary
I haven't.
stuff.
Maybe I should have listened to it to get to that, but you've probably spared me. Thank you.
Oh, so do you think, because obviously the stake going into Jesse is like kind of accidental because some girl knocks. I mean, he's got the stake there, hasn't he, Xander, but kind of gets knocked.
Yeah, it just slipped into your heart. Yeah.
Yeah, but do you think
Yeah.
he would have done it anyway? Like, I kind of think, well, he had no choice really.
Yeah.
But do you think he would have had to do it anyway, Marisa?
Oh
You would
God,
have,
that's
wouldn't
a really hard question. I don't know. I mean, I guess if you're in Buffy land, yeah, he probably would have done.
you?
But if
Yeah.
you're in real people land and this is your friend and you're going to have a moment, and that moment is probably going to cost you, if not your life, something close to it. So the
Yeah.
reality and the Buffy land, I think, are two different things.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
Yeah,
and
I
a
like
bit
that.
like the trauma with Jesse, because season one didn't really lean into the trauma. It was a bit glossy in that sense. People killed and it was, you know, it was fine. It wasn't really until you got to the later seasons that you felt that trauma and all the things that Buffy had been through, you know. So yeah, so that's my cop out of an answer for you.
No, I like that answer.
That's not a cop-out, not at all. It was good. That was good.
No. What about you, Shelley? Do you think that Xander would have done it anyway?
I don't think so.
No.
I think that he's only just found out that everything that he ever believed was not true is reality, and that so much more could be happening. He's not even had a minute to deal with that, and then he's having to be put in a position where he has to take his best friend's life. I think probably that got him off the hook for a little while because it accidentally happened, so he didn't have to blame himself for the death of his friend. But I think it would have been like one of those things if Jesse had been given more airtime and had been like a recurring character. I think that's exactly how he would have got away, because I think Xander wouldn't have been able to have fallen through at that point with the death. And that could have been a cool storyline. So
that could have been. Yeah, definitely. How about you, Amy? What do you think?
It's a hard one because Jesse wasn't saying like, I hate this, kill me, put me out. He was saying, I like this. I'm just going to take Cordelia with me. Like he was really leaning into it and kind of enjoying the being bad. So I think that would make it difficult. Like somebody actually like he's happy the way he is, and you know, as completely wrong he is about everything as a vampire. Like I think that would make it harder. And the moment of indecision was probably him going to back off and let him go. And yeah, he didn't. I think they just did that, didn't they? It's like, we need to get rid of this Jesse character. Like,
let's just
think, like Shelly said,
that
could have been a really interesting dynamic for later if they'd kept him one of the Master's minions.
Yeah,
and Sam had to have a showdown with him later. That would have been really like more heartbreaking. But I think it was kind of like clean cut from the first two episodes, and we're just going to start fresh. You know, keep the Master thing going. But
Yeah.
That's the nature of the pilot, though, isn't it? Because you want to have a conclusion,
Mm.
and then you want to have a season that makes sense. So you're kind of forced into those kinds of decisions.
Yeah.
They shoot them
Unfortunately.
quite early as well,
Yeah.
don't they? A lot of the time,
Yeah.
so they shoot that, and then they have to wait and see whether it's going to get picked up. So
Yeah, it's normally
Absolutely.
quite a gap
Yeah,
between
true.
it, isn't
Yeah,
it?
and sometimes like the original actors aren't available, after they've done that. So
Yeah. Yeah, because I know they did a pilot with Charmed, and one of the actresses then couldn't come back.
oh.
I think, and then Alyssa Milano replaced her. So so it does happen if they leave it too long.
Well, you need to get a job. You can't just wait on every pilot. You
No,
just
that's
gotta,
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, absolutely.
no.
So did you have any other favourite scenes that we may have not discussed? I've got one with Cordelia when she's down. I think they're down in like the basement or I don't know, underneath area of the club. And Buffy's like looking for the vampire that she thinks that has taken Willow. And then it's Cordelia and she like pushes Cordelia up the wall. And I was just like, yeah. And Cordelia's just like, what are you doing? Like she's just, that whole scene's just great. I love that.
You just picture her face, can't you?
Yeah,
Like,
you can just see it.
that whole Cordelia-esqueness.
Yeah. And she's just like,
I love it when she's like, what, do you need to attack her with a stick? Excuse me while I phone everybody I've ever met.
Yeah.
Oh, did you have any other favourite scenes, Amy, that we may not have discussed?
I really liked the ones in the library. I think that those, and particularly Buffy going in and saying, the bit that I already said, like where she kind of faced up to the Giles and she's like, somebody's died by a bite from the neck. Like, anything to say about that? I thought that those scenes were really good kind of early seeds of this relationship that's going to grow with Willow and Xander, but mostly with Giles. I thought that those early scenes were really good. Like, you could see where the friction's going to develop there and where the love and the kind of friendship's going to develop.
Yeah, no, definitely. How about you, Shelley? Did you have any other favourite scene?
Yeah, there's just like a one-liner in it that happens in the library that I've always loved. And I remember the very first time I ever watched the episode, I was genuinely laughing for about 5 minutes. And it's when she's talking to Xander and she's talking to everybody collectively about the vampires, and she's like, yeah, and then they can go room, and then Xander goes, what, they can fly? And she's like, no, they can drive. I just found that so funny.
Oh yeah,
I always crack up at that. That was good. I was looking forward to that line. I was like, I hope they put that line in there, and they did.
Yeah. Or like stab him with the pointy end,
Yeah. I love that. How about you, Marissa? Was there any other scene?
Do you know, it's not a particular scene, but I really just enjoyed the fact that, Buffy's at a new school and she's trying to, after all the crap that's gone down, she's trying to so she could easily fall into Cordelia's crowd and think, I'm going to get street cred and all that. But she doesn't. I mean, she's civil, but then she notices Willow and she chooses Willow.
Yeah.
And Willow is like, and I just love that. I just love the arc of that, how that all develops, those relationships. And that was, because Willow is just, I just love, and I love their relationship together. So, so that for me was just special. Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Melania said, I love the light relief that Cordelia brings in her awfulness.
Yes.
So true.
Yeah.
And then Kirst said, I like that the internet was so new and how the Willow Tech Giles books. Oh, sorry. The dynamic plays out across the series. So I jumped up then as I was reading it. I was like, where's he gone? Matthew said, I love when Willow tells Cordelia to deliver the document. And
that was great. That's great. Really good moment.
So right. Yeah. Oh, so right. I love that. So guys, so we've got to the end of our chat. So you've enjoyed your revisit to Sunnydale and the first book in the series, and are we tempted to do more books in the series, maybe, Amy?
I would, definitely.
Shelley, I think I'm just like in it. Kirsty Stanley, who's in the chat, Kirsty S, has sent me a spreadsheet, and it's got all the books and all the comics on, and I don't have all the comics, and I'm in a bit of a jumble with the comics. So I think what I'm going to do is go through and mark off the books and then read them in.
Might need to have that
I'll forward
spreadsheet
it
as well.
to you.
Oh, I think Kirsty, hello.
Yeah, Kirsty's happy for me to disseminate this information. So yeah, I'm literally, I've put it on my list for this week to sit and highlight and figure out the book order, because I want to make some content about it, for one thing, about kind of chronicling my rereadings of it, and then I actually just want to do it for the experience as well. I think it'd be really
because sometimes the book series are just so big, you just really don't know where to start, or you know where to go down. So that would be quite useful, to be honest.
And publication. I asked Kev, like, because he ended up buying them for me as a bit of a project, like, you know, from our money. He didn't pay for them all or anything, but so he went down the publication order list. So I've got them in roughly publication order on my shelves, I think, as he bought them. But I don't know whether the publication order, I need to check it. I don't know whether the publication order is story order. Obviously the early ones are
that's just frustrating.
Well, this is it. The early ones are numbered, but some of them, like the Tales of the Slayer ones, are of previous stories of previous Slayers, so they tend for the series. So there are a lot of comics.
It gets so complicated.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a whole Spike versus Dracula comic book series that I think was pre the series, because he mentions that he like, wasn't it Ponzi Bugger owes me £5 or something? Before. So there's a whole comic series about that. So I follow up the Spike comics, but there were so many comics, I haven't managed to purchase them all.
Well, when you figure it out, Amy, you can let the rest of us know.
Yeah, well, I'll let you all know how it goes. I'm going to start with Kirsty's spreadsheet, and I'll check with Kirsty if it's okay.
Kirsty's put happy to share.
Oh, brilliant. I'll do
Kirsty.
that. I'll forward it out.
Kirsty's so good. Like, I know Kirsty's done a few things for Point Horror on Storyograph, for the book club and stuff like that. I think, is it Storyograph? I don't know. Storygraph, yeah. And that. Oh, you're so good, Kirsty. Bless you. Thank you. And I just saw, I'm sure I saw someone put yes, please, to more books. So maybe we might have to come on and discuss a few more.
Definitely.
Matthew said, thanks for hosting. It's been a ton of fun. Yeah. Oh, and it's Thanksgiving in the US. This week.
Thursday,
Thanksgiving.
We're celebrating Thanksgiving on Thursday. We always do every year. So.
I love that.
Turkey dinner coming up.
We don't. I mean, I'm American, but we don't really do it so much anymore. My son's birthday weekend is always Thanksgiving weekend as well. So things get complicated.
We'll just go to Shelly's for like dinner. We're on our way.
The more the merrier. Everyone's welcome.
Well, thanks, guys, and obviously do check out these wonderful authors' books. I'll put some pictures up and things in my stories as well, just to reshare them. So thank you, guys, and let's chat.
It's lovely to see you guys.
You too.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.